Larry, the question that goes through my mind, looking at the liquidity in the bond markets, is I had lunch with somebody yesterday that traded bonds like Billio in 1994 at Warburg's, and he said, you know what, Manny, ask him, is there a risk of a buyer's strike again in the Treasury market, as we saw in 1994? Given the debt scenario you've just laid out, given the risks that you've just laid out, do you think there's a risk that there could be a buyer's strike as we saw in 1994 in the Treasury market?
So look, something one learns doing this is that the answer to all questions, is there a risk of, is yes. Because why would you say no? If you say no,
but is it a more
if
real?
you say that if you say no and it doesn't happen, you've been stupid. And if you say yes and it doesn't happen, then isn't it lucky you were attentive to the possible risk? So if you ask me, is there a risk? I think my answer would be yes. If you ask me, is it a substantial risk? I guess it depends on what you mean by a buyer's strike. If you said, is there the possibility that there'll be a week when rates go up by 50 or 60 basis points? Yeah, I think there is a possibility of that. Is there a possibility that in some sense the United States will be worried that we'll have an auction and nobody will come, given the nature of the alternatives to treasuries? I don't see that as a very substantial risk in the current policy environment. If people want to go on strike with respect to treasuries, they have to go into something else. And I don't think that, Europe, if I think about Europe, Japan, China, crypto, none of them look enormously attractive to me as a medium term place to put value. So I think the United States has very substantial capacities, and therefore, could there be a period of illiquidity? Yes. Could there be a period of forced margin selling that caused instability? Yes. But if you ask me about a buyer's strike, that would be some distance down my list of things to be worried about.